I'm so excited for this.
Yes,
I
me
truly am. This is going to be really great. I am so excited to kick off this new series, Why Wednesdays, and I am joined by the incomparable Mia of Flores Financial. And so excited to connect. I think for me, and I'm just going to share a quick story. For me, the reason why I wanted to have this podcast, we were sitting down, Panera Bread, and we were talking about something that to me, I will just say I was going through sort of the business, going through the motions, but we went on this topic of, I think it was just something as benign as policies and procedures and how animated and passionate you were about something like that. I went, okay, I want to be around this because it's this
uh,
energy and enthusiasm and knowledge. And so when we had
thank
discussed
you.
this idea of having this conversation around why
Yeah,
and why specific policies are set in place, I thought of no one better to connect within you. So thank you, Mia,
thank
for being
you. Of
available. I
course,
appreciate it.
no. And I love your energy. I feel like conversing with you just amplifies the overall environment and putting both of our knowledge and kind of like energy. I have the passion, and you too as well. It definitely provides a great conversation that hopefully our listeners are engaged to see and also empowered. You know, that's the main reason of why we're having a Why Wednesday, and why is very important. Not to mistake it for Wine Wednesday, though I know all of us are excited for that, right? We can do that after working hours, you know. And now we want to concentrate on why Wednesdays and how, businesses can thrive. So,
I love that. Especially the two E things. I mean, that got me engaged and empowered. I'm here for that. So
right.
well done. So let's really, we're kicking this off, and I'd love to know what inspired the creation of this podcast in general, focusing on why behind certain workplace policies.
Yeah, so I'm the Chief Human Resources Officer and Legal Consultant here with Flores, and I've been doing HR ever since for 15 or more years as well. So compliance is a very big part of my skill level. It's more of strategic thinking, and for us to pivot and move further, whys are very important. Right. So we launched, me and Raison kind of like launched this podcast because we believe that when you truly understand the why behind workplace policies, you unlock the full potential, really, of your business. In our work across California, a lot of our clientele is here in California. We also have in different states and globally as well. Per my previous knowledge and experience, we've seen how companies basically in retail, in hospitality, food and service, and construction, manufacturing often struggle with policies that feel disconnected from day-to-day realities, right? This podcast basically is our way of bridging that gap. We're here to demystify those policies, turning them from burdens into tools that can propel your business, pivot to new heights. We want to feel empowered, like I stated earlier, confident, and ready to take on whatever challenges come our way, come your way, right?
I think that's so helpful to think about too, because we talk about this idea of pivoting. And so when employees look at policies or even employers, there's a couple different ways, at least from what I've experienced. One, it's this necessary evil or burden that
Exactly.
is placed upon them. And then from a perhaps a employee experience standpoint, it's something to where you're going, okay, well, I'm just going to brush over this because I just want to do my
Mhm.
job
Mhm.
and not get fired. I mean, I'm just thinking off the cuff here. And so the ability, and I love that, being able to pivot
Mhm.
is is going to be a lot easier if you understand why certain policies are set in place.
Exactly. And then if errors do arise, you know how to correct them because basically know the whys, right? I mean, in a perfect world, as much as possible, we want to avoid errors, right? But why, right? It's always the question in our minds. And in order for us or businesses to continue growing and to make their employees feel empowered and valued, is basically including them in knowing the whys of everything that they're supposed to be doing, right? So in this way, we ask them a certain task, and we give them the whys and they feel more valued, more included, we're transparent about it, and whatever the end result will be, and we provided it's a great end result, and they feel that they're part of that success.
Now I am totally going off on another tangent here because I think that that's such a great way to put it, including and involving the employees with regard to setting up policies. Because I will just say, as a parent, to even implement the because I said so technique is it's not
Yeah.
even great. So let alone with adults in a
Yes,
work
exactly.
environment. So being more collaborative, including them, is really gonna instill within team members a sense of ownership, that
Yeah.
they have a voice when they are creating
They
policies.
learn from it, right? I'm taking note about what you just said about our children. Every single time my children does something wrong and I get mad at them, I always ask them, "Do you know why mommy got mad at you?" So it's like so I have them identify so they know that that's wrong and they won't do it again. I'm not getting mad just for the sake of getting mad, right? So, but I want them to identify the whys because they learn better and they get empowered, they feel valued, and it's like, oh, mommy just wants to get mad. No. Yeah.
Okay, well now we need to do a parenting podcast, but
I know, right?
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah,
I feel like these analogies are good because I'm
yeah.
sure we're all like, we work for families as well, and it's good to kind of like associate that as well in our business life too. So we feel more engaged.
So helpful. Well, I'm looking forward to connecting more about the whys. Definitely stay tuned and so grateful to connect with you, Mia. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.
Yes.